Formula One races, depending on the size of the circuits, but it could be selling anything from 50 to 90 laps. In that race, there is so much going on. There's engineers, there's tire changes. Sometimes there's refueling at some point. There's a number of things going on throughout a race that occur. And you approach that race strategically with a much wider strategy. You're going to spend a lot more time thinking about each lap, each pit stop and things like that. And that might be your average engagement in B2B sales. But now in Formula One, you have the sprint race, which is like 20 laps, or less. And there are no pit stops, or there are no planned pit stops. You wouldn't look at a sprint race and say, well, we shouldn't prepare for pit stops because they're very unlikely to happen. Mm-hmm. Normally, we just have these 1 or 2 meetings and we don't have to worry about all these other things. You still be prepared and you still approach it accordingly. So what you do is you take something like strategy and you'd apply it accordingly to the length of the race. And it's the same thing with like the complexity of a sales cycle. And then the other end of the spectrum, you've got obviously like 24-hour races where they're really long. And of course, there's much more strategy that goes in there. So it's very much the point we're making is you make the amount of MEDDICC you apply to your opportunity relative to the complexity of the opportunity.